Life can be beautiful, but it can also be hard. We chase happiness, success, and love. Yet we often feel overwhelmed, anxious, or lost. Over 2,500 years ago, one man sat under a tree and asked, "Why do we suffer? And is there a way out?" That man was Siddhartha Gautama, the Buddha. In this video, we'll explore his timeless teachings, the Four Noble Truths and the Eightfold Path, not just as ancient philosophy, but as a practical guide to overcome suffering, find peace, and awaken to the freedom already within you. So take a deep breath, and let's begin this journey toward inner freedom.
Life isn't always easy, is it? We laugh, we love, we chase our dreams, but we also suffer. We lose people. We struggle with self-doubt. We feel anxious, tired, or stuck. And no matter how much we try to control things, life often slips through our fingers. But over 2,500 years ago, a man named Siddhartha Gautama, who later became the Buddha, asked the same questions we ask today. Why do we suffer? Is there a way to be truly free? His answer came not from a divine revelation, but from deep observation, contemplation, and experience. What he discovered became the foundation of Buddhism. And it starts with a profound but simple framework called the Four Noble Truths. Along with the Eightfold Path, these teachings offer not just an explanation for why we suffer, but also a practical guide for finding peace, purpose, and inner freedom. 1. The first noble truth, dukkha, the truth of suffering. Let's face it, life involves suffering. Not always, not only, but inevitably. The Buddha called this truth dukkha. And while the word is often translated as suffering, it's richer than that. It includes dissatisfaction, unease, discomfort, stress, and that gnawing feeling that something's just not quite right. We suffer when we lose someone, when we fail, when we age or get sick. Even when things are good, we sometimes feel like it's not enough, or fear it won't last. It's not a pessimistic view. The Buddha wasn't saying life is miserable. He was simply pointing to something we all feel but rarely confront head-on. That life is unpredictable, impermanent, and sometimes painful. Acknowledging this is the first step toward healing. It's like going to a doctor. You have to admit something's wrong before you can start to feel better. 2. The second noble truth, samudaya, the cause of suffering. So if suffering is a part of life, what causes it? Buddha's answer: craving. In Pali, it's called tanha, which literally means thirst. We crave pleasure. We crave control. We crave to be someone or somewhere different than we are right now. We chase success, approval, comfort, and status. And we push away anything unpleasant. But life doesn't bend to our will, and that resistance, trying to force life to fit our desires, is what creates suffering. Let's say you're stuck in traffic. The situation itself is just reality. But if you start thinking, "This shouldn't be happening," or "I'm going to be late and everyone will judge me. Now you're suffering. This truth doesn't blame you. It empowers you. If suffering comes from craving, then freedom comes from letting go. 3. The third noble truth, Nirodha, the end of suffering. Here's the good news. Suffering can end. That's the third noble truth. Imagine that craving is like a fire. The more you feed it, the more it burns. But if you stop feeding it, if you let go of the desire for things to be different, the fire dies down. That's Nirodha, the extinguishing of the flame of suffering. This state is called nirvana. It's not some magical paradise. It's a state of inner freedom, a mind that's not caught in grasping or resisting, a deep peace that doesn't depend on external conditions. You've probably touched it before. Moments when you felt fully present, at ease, with no need to change anything. That's a glimpse of what the Buddha meant. The message here is simple but profound. Peace is possible, not by controlling the world, but by transforming your relationship with it. 4. The fourth noble truth, Magga, the path to the end of suffering. So, how do we get there? How do we move from suffering to freedom? That's where the fourth noble truth comes in. There is a path. It's called the Eightfold Path, a guide for living with wisdom, ethics, and mindfulness. It's not a set of commandments, but a way of life. A middle way. Not extreme self-indulgence or harsh denial, but balance and awareness.
The Eightfold Path. 1. Right view. Seeing life as it really is. Not through rose-colored glasses or pessimism, but through clarity. This includes understanding the Four Noble Truths and the impermanent, interconnected nature of life. 2. Right intention. This means aligning your heart with your values. Cultivating intentions of compassion, kindness, and letting go, rather than selfishness, anger, or harmful desire. 3. Right speech. Words have power. Speak truthfully, gently, and helpfully. Avoid gossip, lies, and words that cause harm. 4. Right action. Live ethically. This means not killing, stealing, or harming others. It means acting with honesty, respect, and compassion. 5. Right livelihood. Earn your living in a way that doesn't exploit others or cause suffering. Whether you're a teacher, a farmer, or a CEO, your work should reflect your values. 6. Right effort. This is about choosing where to put your energy. Let go of harmful thoughts and habits, and nurture helpful, wholesome ones. It's the practice of gentle discipline. 7. Right mindfulness. Be aware of what's happening in your body, mind, and surroundings. Not to judge it, but to notice. This presence is a powerful form of freedom. 8. Right concentration. Develop the ability to focus your mind. Through meditation and inner stillness, you learn to see things more clearly and respond wisely. Each part supports the others. It's not a linear path. It's more like a wheel, with every spoke strengthening the whole. As you practice, Your mind becomes more stable, your actions more compassionate, your life more harmonious. The Four Noble Truths and Modern Life. You might be thinking, this sounds great, but how does it help me with real-life stuff? Well, let's bring it into the everyday. When you feel overwhelmed by work, ask, am I clinging to perfection or control? When you're angry at someone, ask, am I resisting what's happening? What expectation is fueling this anger? When you feel empty, ask, am I chasing something outside of me to fill this gap? These teachings invite us not to escape life, but to embrace it fully, with presence and compassion. You don't need to become a monk or retreat to a mountain. The Buddha's path is about your life, here and now. Washing the dishes, talking to your partner, facing failure, seeking joy. Every moment is an opportunity to wake up. Final reflection. Peace is already here. So let's bring it all together. The Buddha didn't promise that life would be perfect. He didn't offer a magic fix. What he gave us was more honest and more helpful. A way to live with wisdom, clarity, and heart. By recognizing the nature of suffering, understanding its causes, realizing it can end, and walking the Eightfold Path, we don't escape life. We fully enter it. We stop fighting with reality and begin to flow with it. We stop grasping and start appreciating. And in that space, something beautiful happens. We become free. Not because everything outside has changed, but because we have changed. The Four Noble Truths are not just Buddhist ideas. They are mirrors. They show us the patterns of the human mind, and they offer a path toward living with depth, courage, and peace. So as you listen to this, take a deep breath. Let the words settle. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to be present. That's where the journey begins. And it begins right now.
The word Buddha means the awakened one. But who was he really? A god, a teacher, a philosopher, or a myth? The historical Buddha was a real person named Siddhartha Gautama, born over 2,500 years ago in what is now modern-day Nepal. His story, like his teachings, is not about blind belief or superstition. It's about awakening to truth. Siddhartha was born into a royal family, destined to become either a great king or a great spiritual leader, according to legend. His father, hoping he would choose the path of worldly power, shielded him from all suffering. Inside the palace walls, Siddhartha knew only comfort, pleasure, and ease. But eventually, curiosity led him outside. There, he encountered what are known as the Four Sights. An old man, a sick man, a corpse, and a wandering holy man. For the first time, he realized that no one escapes aging, illness, or death, and that some people dedicate their lives to understanding these truths. This realization shattered his sheltered worldview. Despite having wealth, a loving family, and all material comforts, Siddhartha felt an inner emptiness, a restlessness many of us can relate to. He left the palace, not out of rejection of life, but out of deep compassion, to seek answers for the suffering he saw in the world and in himself. He studied with wise teachers, practiced intense meditation, and even subjected himself to extreme deprivation. But none of these led to lasting peace. Eventually, he He chose a middle way, a path of balance between indulgence and denial. Sitting under a Bodhi tree in deep meditation, he finally experienced a profound awakening. He saw reality clearly, that suffering exists, that it has causes, and that there is a path to freedom.
From that moment on, Siddhartha became the Buddha. Not a divine figure, but a human being who awakened to the nature of life. He spent the rest of his life traveling and teaching others how to find their own awakening. He didn't ask people to worship him. Instead, he invited them to examine their own minds and experiences. His teachings, such as the Four Noble Truths and the Eightfold Path, are guides, not commandments. Today, people around the world follow his insights, not just as religion, but as a way of life, one rooted in mindfulness, compassion, and inner peace. To understand the Buddha is not just to learn about an ancient man who lived long ago. It is to explore the possibility that we, too, can wake up to life, to truth, and to freedom.
If today's video brought you a moment of peace or a spark of wisdom, please consider subscribing to Carefree Sloth. Leave a comment to share your thoughts or insights. I'd love to hear from you. And if you found value here, a like would mean a lot. Until next time, take care and stay mindful.